Welcome back, everybody.
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin?
All right, so Mad Men Season 7, we're in a really, really interesting spot for not just Don, but all the characters right now.
Yeah, I noticed when I pulled this up just now, this episode's called The Runaways. And I was like, it's plural, and man, could that really be about everybody on this show,
We
right?
saw somebody literally run away the last episode.
Clearly there's going to be some focus on Roger's daughter, right? Like,
Sure.
we're not done with that storyline. I don't think she's just abandoned to the hill people. But I'm right. But I mean, this show could have been called The Runaways. Like the name of the series could have been Runaways instead of Mad Men.
Sure,
because that's what Don is, right?
Big time.
Don is an avoider. When things get tough for Don, that's what he does. That's what he's wired to do.
Absolutely. And so he is the runaway. I don't know if he's going to run away in this episode, but
I doubt it.
I don't know though, because he's also in this spot at work where everything's really bad for him.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's his own doing.
Right. The only reason I would say that's 100% not Don is simply because Don's got a stipulation in his contract that is, if he doesn't show up for work, he's fired. Mm-hmm. So if he runs away, it's like, okay, so
that's that.
Yeah, we have 10 episodes left of Don not being at Sterling Cooper. The show may end with him not being at Sterling Cooper. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Really, but that's how it does end, because it's just not looking so hot right now. But it also could change. We're only in episode 5 right now.
Yeah, but I think it's so predictable to say that Don will get himself fired. He'll slip up and get fired. Sure. I think there's a good chance Don's not at Sterling Cooper, but I feel like at that point it would be more Don's choice rather than their choice. Like, yay, you drank at work, you're fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't see this show having an ending that's satisfying for anybody. If Don just gets fired, and that's the end of it.
And this show is not predictable. I mean,
for sure.
Like this show throws curveballs at us all the time. They blew the show up twice last season. So,
yeah, they definitely don't mind blowing the show up.
I'm kind of waiting for that too. I'm gonna sneeze real fast. I'm sorry. Well, okay, maybe not. All right, I'm not gonna sneeze. That's the worst near that feeling at the sneeze. But like, I'm kind of waiting for that moment as well. How are they going to blow it up this season? What is the big what's going to happen, right? Because it's a 2-part season, and I do think in the middle of the show, before they take their break, something will happen that's pretty crazy.
That is potentially true. If I were a betting person, I would say either Don quits at the end. Like, I do think Don could leave Sterling Cooper.
I think he will.
I just don't think it's going to be this soon. And so maybe the mid-season break with 7 episodes left is a thing that makes sense.
It was episode 5, wouldn't it?
I mean, he just got back and hasn't done anything yet that says, Peggy, I'll write you some tags.
The last episode ended pretty optimistic, honestly.
Right.
You know, I mean, like, he's writing tags for Peggy.
Sure.
He's playing the game.
Right. It'd be really weird if he's like, you know what? Nah. Or if one of them were like, you know what? Nice try, but nah. You know, I don't think that's going to happen. What also could, I guess, potentially happen is we get more focus on L.A. Like maybe more characters shift to L.A. Maybe they open a bigger office in L.A. because Pete seems to be kind of crushing it there. Yeah. Even though Ted, I don't know if Ted's just hanging out in the office for the heck of it.
He seems kind of checked out, doesn't he?
It really does. It really does seem like Pete's the one grinding in California, and then Ted's just like, I don't want to be doing this at all.
Yeah. Which you can't really blame him. I mean, but also it's his own fault. I mean,
no, it is. Yeah,
he ran away to California. So
he's having his midlife crisis, right? He almost left his wife for a younger woman. Took them out to LA to try to fix it. Obviously, it's not working. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think it's anything to do with the job. I don't think you can blame Don or Sterling Cooper or anything. I just think Ted has hit this chapter in his life where he has so much money, so now he has to live with himself, which is kind of what everyone's had to deal with, right? Now that all the money problems, that thing is solved and I have all this money, now I have to live with me because chasing the money isn't a necessity really anymore.
Sure.
It's just something I do.
Yeah.
Pete had to deal with that, right? Yeah. Pete's had that struggle. Don's had that struggle. Now that I'm rich, Roger, right? Now that I'm rich, Roger, I guess, has always been rich. It's now what? Now what? Who am I now?
And we're still doing that with that in the final season. Their backs against the wall, and it's like, all right, how is this going to resolve itself? You know, and it's all cyclical. We talked about
absolutely
not the resolution.
All right, you want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here. You want to give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balas Foldes, Chris, Jeff, NJ, and Suri Gundavarapu. Thank you so much, guys. We are incredibly happy you are here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please, please, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every show, including Mad Men, we are at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we are on YouTube. So if you get done watching this on YouTube but want to keep going, you can do it on our Patreon page. You will have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You will only hear us for copyright purposes. We are also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive. We are into season 3 on that. I love this theme song so much I'm going to miss it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm going to have to change my ringer to this, or something.
I tell people to watch this, and they're like, is it interesting? I'm like, it is, but it's so hard to describe what it is. You just have to experience it.
It's kind of hard to sell people on it, which is ironic. It's about a show about
right. It's a period piece about advertisers. So that sounds boring. Yeah. It is not boring.
No, it's
compelling
as anything.
It's so hard to describe it for people, though.
It can be melodramatic at times, in the best possible way. It's really entertaining.
As good as anything ever on television. That had Lou's name on it, right?
Yeah.
This is Scout. He can take anything but what?
Created by
Lou Avery. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, he's got a comic.
He left it in the copier. The one thing you never do. It was like Beetle Bailey.
Yeah. Oh, Stan's going to show everybody. Stan's going to have some fun with that. That's
well, because Lou is so unlikable.
Everybody hates Lou.
Right. It's always great when the guy you don't like embarrasses himself, isn't it? I know that's really petty, but Schadenfreude, but still.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Plans for the weekend? California?
Next weekend.
These two getting along now?
Gotten your request regarding handy wrap. I spoke to Lou, and he's very happy to have you on the business.
Well, so things are going well with Dawn. Yeah.
I hope you understand I mean on the team.
That's exactly what I asked for.
See, he's playing the game right.
Yeah.
Letting Peggy be in charge. It's like Tony letting Uncle Junior feel like he's running everything.
Yeah. Great call.
Yeah.
She belongs to it, and it belongs to her. That machine came for us, and one by one...
He's losing it.
Get a grip, Ginsburg.
Yeah.
I do love his blow-ups, though.
I love Ginsburg so much.
Where did you get this?
I found it on the Xerox machine.
I didn't leave it there, but I appreciate its return.
It's got to be pretty recent. He's got one about Eisenhower's funeral.
He'd prefer you hadn't seen this.
That's not what Dr. Freud would say.
No one has seen this.
I love Stan so much right now.
This show doesn't get enough credit for how funny it really is.
And sometimes they have baller comedy on this show.
I laugh the hardest this show more than anything else.
Right.
There's a Stephanie Horton calling collect. Would you like to accept the charges? She says she's your niece.
Oh, Anna's daughter.
Yeah. Niece. Her niece.
Anna's daughter, though.
It's Anna's niece, though.
I thought it was Anna's daughter. I think you're right, actually. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
How are you?
How are you?
Rough.
Dawn?
Yeah. Is she a runaway, too?
It's like it.
Yeah.
But it's not. I thought of you because, well, it's not an emergency.
You're making it sound like an emergency, sweetheart.
It might be an emergency.
I'm expecting. And I'm running out of bread, and...
Your family.
She's lost in L.A., see, Columbia Records back there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. I mean, you're my... What'd you call yourself? My niece.
She is. Kinda,
yeah. Sorry, for some reason I thought she was Anna's daughter, but you're right.
You don't have to pick me up. I'll be in by 10.
I'm so sorry, Dawn. We'll make her feel at home.
Right, she's the nicest, most understanding wife ever.
I'm sorry this is the reason, but I'm glad I get to see you.
She is too good for him. She is way too good for him.
I'm still amazed. That's like rich in LA, amazing supermodel wife.
She's putting up with a lot for him.
Taking so much crap in New York. What?
I'm really, truly busy.
It wasn't our fault. Why is Scout always up to no good?
He peeled a bag of grapefruits. Thought they were potatoes.
For some reason, I'm not crying, man.
Well, why don't I fix you something to eat, and then you can take a shower if you want.
Yeah. Shower for sure.
Yes, you look filthy.
I can smell you.
Yeah, I can too, yeah.
So assume it's no trouble at all. What's your pleasure? Grilled cheese, spaghetti?
Do you have any meat? I've been dreaming about it.
Get her some protein fat, maybe.
Yeah.
Lie down, run a bath, whatever you want. Make yourself at home.
She's the best.
Megan is the best.
Megan, I love you.
Should I move over there? You want to come over here?
I don't know, Stan. Can you be smug from over there?
What do you think? Okay.
Lou, I don't know what you think you heard.
I heard everything.
It's such a freaking...
It makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, mostly for its creator, Chet Stover of Dancer Fitzgerald.
This is not helping.
No.
Being one of those naysaying idiots. I hate people like that.
Done.
And he's a genius. Look at where he is. Look at where you are.
He just compare himself favorably to Bob Dylan.
I would be crying.
So order dinner because I want finished work. And if any of you don't like it, you can thank your hilarious friends here.
He's such an insecure toddler.
That was a great bit.
You?
Yeah.
God.
Comedic timing's amazing. This show's really funny. Like, it really is.
I love a funny episode on this show. I really do.
The actor who plays Stan, he needs to be in more stuff, man.
He does.
I know all everyone wants to talk about is Vietnam, but things are falling apart here, too.
Oh. I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
That was a really selfish comment.
I agree with Nixon. I think it's too costly. It has to be done on the right terms, but I think we should get out while the getting's good.
Since
I'm
when?
with Henry.
Don, you've been the boss. The briefcase and the hat, that's a rookie maneuver. You got someplace to be.
At L.A.
I'm afraid I do.
How's it gonna look for them if I let you go?
Well, you could let everybody go.
Is that what you would do?
No, I'd let you go, Lou.
Oh.
I'm gonna do you the courtesy of reading these so that you can continue to work on them instead of coming up with new things. Because I'm gonna tuck you in tonight.
He's a child.
Tell him I have a flight to L.A.
This is an office made out of people who have problems with authority. You know you have to have a thick skin, but don't help them.
I'm not taking management advice from Don Draper.
Yeah. It's okay. Make your own bed then.
Yeah. Hi, my boss won't let me leave. That's just literally this phone call.
This might upset her.
So will this little guy.
Whoa.
Does he know?
No. I'm afraid he'd murder someone just to stay in jail.
Oh my God.
Surprise!
Dark, yeah.
It's just, I'm looking at you and seeing how, well, disorganized this all is, and I don't think he'd stand for that.
What is she doing? Trying to run her off?
I don't know what I'm doing here. This is a dumb idea.
No, I mean, he wants to help, I'm sure, in his way. We both do.
Yeah, what's her angle here?
I think she's kicking her out.
Would $1,000 get you far enough?
That's very generous.
Just comes with no strings.
She literally is kicking her out. I don't understand it.
I guess I got what I came for.
There's no rush.
Nothing ever happened between us, you know.
Of course not.
I feel like that's what she's getting at too, because she keeps calling her beautiful.
Yeah. He did make a pass at you one time, but that was still...
It still didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Keep your voice down.
I did not appreciate going stag to 4 people's homes whom I barely know.
Oh, she just bailed.
You ran unopposed.
We'll see if that lasts. From now on, keep your conversation to how much you hate getting toast crumbs in the butter, and leave the thinking to me.
Woo.
Henry.
This is our first really ugly side of Henry.
I know.
Sorry, just caught me off guard.
Well, you embarrassed yourself way more than me.
Okay, Grandpa.
You know what? I decided I can see that Monday.
F you.
Good night.
He throws on his hat and coat and says on the way out the door.
I would have been like, Scouts on her?
We're not done with that guy either.
No.
All right, Lou. It's on.
You can play this game.
Right? I can make your life uncomfortable too.
I'm sorry, but she left.
You told her I wanted to see her.
I really tried to get her to stay.
Oh my God, I don't like this side of Megan.
She said she'd call you from Oakland.
You should have called me. At least let me talk to her.
She's an adult, Don.
Is it like a jealousy thing, maybe?
It has to be. That came so out.
Yeah.
It's like everything was cool until she saw how good looking she was.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. You should have his kids. You should do this. You know?
Yeah.
Back.
Interesting connection. Oh, Sally.
Let me see.
She's
What
fine.
happened?
A couple of black guys.
What were you doing with black guys? I'll just try to what Betty might say.
Yeah.
You can't be trusted on your own. That's your face, young lady.
That's right. It's my face. Why am I even here?
Girls.
They've already had a bad day.
Yeah.
You're going to your room, and you're going to
Oh.
wait there until morning. Good. I prefer it.
Hi.
Classy, Sally.
This is like a 9 on the hate between these two.
It's like Betty's got a mini-me to argue with all the time.
The main door was open and you didn't check the peephole? It's a bad neighborhood.
She better not catch you in here.
Then I'm not gonna get to see you.
That's the way Betty likes it.
God.
Are they gonna get divorced?
What? No. They're the dynamic duo. That's never going to happen.
I don't think they are either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hitch back to school tonight.
Can I come with you?
You want to run away?
She wants to run away.
Yeah, the runaways.
That's the computer's plan. Turn us all homo. Peggy, we gotta reproduce.
My God.
What am I doing? It's building up.
Well, maybe you should see a doctor or something.
Yeah.
Did you notice the radio doesn't work in there anymore? That's not my imagination.
It's just a computer.
This is getting kind of serious.
Yeah. Like, it was funny when he was upset when it first showed up, but now it's like, you're breaking.
Yeah.
Do you not want to talk because you seem so happy to see me?
I was. I am.
Good, because I was happy to see you.
He looks ridiculous.
Harry?
Yeah.
Agencies change. For the better, maybe. But guys like us, we've got to look out for each other.
God, he's always playing an angle.
You should be in L.A. Your wife's out here. Ted Shaw is useless.
Okay, he's saying things that I like. Yeah.
I
So
think
that
they're
was the
pretty sure that they
conversation.
can land it, and you'll have to go.
How long has this been going on? Is there work?
Don't make me sorry I told you.
Actually, that was nice to tell him. Yeah, because after that letter, he can't. No cigarette company will work with him.
Turned in the media plan yesterday.
We get another round?
Yeah, so, for as swarmy as Harry is, he genuinely isn't malicious towards anybody.
No, because the episode where he tried to save Paul, yeah.
It's like he has good in him.
Yeah, he does.
He's just a creep.
I'm tired.
But you just got here.
Amy, go home. Let Don go to bed. She's going to have a party with 3 people.
Yeah, well.
Turn the music back up.
Right, yeah. I'm more of a social person, but I would have stayed up and like, what's up? Just count. But at the same time, he's got a lot going on. And
Yeah, he's just got some really bad news.
really want to be there. I only went out there to see his niece.
I kind of promised Santa I'd let you live your life.
That is not what she meant. Like it or not, I'm worried about you.
God.
What is with the jealousy? It's just because he's showing more concern over her than his wife, Meg.
I don't know what it is about Stephanie that's bothering her so much.
Look, because she has to fight to get him out there. And
I
all of a
guess.
sudden-
He just ran out for her, maybe.
I think that's the angle.
That might be it.
Why don't you run for office?
You know what, Henry? I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's a good idea.
Well, he really was a jerk in that fight.
She loves it. She loves
Yeah,
it.
so I think she kind of likes the drama.
Oh, yeah.
I removed the pressure, and now it just flows through me without affecting me at all. It has an outlet. Open it.
I'm scared to see what's in here.
Yeah. I don't know.
What does it mean, remove the pressure?
Obviously, something you did on your own.
What was
is
that?
It's my nipple. It's the valve.
It's time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
I thought it was like a toe or something.
Nope. That's way worse. I'm just going to go call the men with the nets.
Yeah.
Who do you call?
Mental hospital. They had him back then.
Very calmly, just call them.
Yeah. I don't know who she's calling, but yeah, there are the guys with the white van and straight jackets will come. Yeah.
I just keep thinking what your friends at American Tobacco would think if you made me apologize, forced me into your service.
That's smart.
Don still has it.
Yeah, look at that. Look back at him. He's like,
Yeah.
chew on that. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Get out while you can!
I wonder if he's going to come back or if this is him leaving the show,
That might be it.
Yeah.
That might be all she wrote for all Michael Ginsburg.
That's unfortunate. I love him.
What an exit to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now every time she sees that computer, she's going to think of that.
Right. That was very upsetting.
His nipple in a box?
Yeah. So if you're wondering if we were heading for a Don Draper bounce back, there's your answer. Yes.
Heck yeah, we are.
He really sold that, didn't he?
He knows how to control a room, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Also, when he's on, he is on.
Yeah.
Talk about a Hail Mary on his part.
Right.
Not prepared to leave the agency. But if you make me apologize,
seriously.
that's great. And it's, I like that the continuity on the show is so strong to where it's like once he wrote that letter, it has stayed with the show throughout the thing.
I mean, really, yeah.
Never let us forget that.
Yeah, that's really great.
So yeah, going for I don't know what it's going to look like going forward. Obviously, I want to hear the other partners' takes on all of this. You got to hear Bert, you got to hear Roger, you got to hear Pete. It's really a season that's juggling a lot. They're juggling a ton in this season.
I don't know what's going to happen with Betty moving forward, but I feel like she's due for a big change too.
Of course.
I feel like Henry's saying, "You're stupid, shut your mouth, talk about butter." And I'm like, I don't think that's going to fly.
No, it's going to light a fire in her.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel like we're going to see something a little more proactive out of Betty than we've seen in the past.
Sure.
Because as awful as she was towards Bobby a couple episodes ago, the field trip.
Yep.
And she was.
That was pretty rough, yes.
Incredibly. I still feel like she's come a long way in terms of like self-possession.
Yeah, but she's not perfect. You know what I mean?
Of course not. No.
Like, look, we used to lose our minds over how awful she was.
No, she was truly terrible.
It was a tough look. But I love her character arc. I love the journey that her character's been on. I think she's incredibly watchable. I enjoy her so much more now than I did in the past. Say season 3. You know what I mean? And you just accept that's who she is.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm interested to see what she's going to do.
Yeah, she was pretty. She was awful a little bit. I mean, she just cannot seem to get it right with her kids.
No,
she treated Bobby like garbage over the sandwich thing, and Bobby messed up. But my God, she let it turn into an all day long vendetta. And then this with Sally, she got hit in the nose, threatened to break her arm. So like, you're lucky Henry's gonna know somebody that can fix your nose. I gave you that nose. It's like,
that's a great line. I really like that line.
It's like,
I gave it to you.
It's just like she derails so fast when she feels challenged. You know.
I'm glad that it's true to her character.
Yeah,
they have made her the nice mom. All of a sudden.
Yeah. It's a character arc that doesn't feel forced or untrue. It's like, be true to your characters. And Betty has gotten a lot better. Again, a lot more self-possessed. A lot more of owning herself more as a person.
I would say she owns it now.
But she still has those insecurities that really take over. And she had them towards Henry and towards Sally in this episode, and towards Bobby a couple episodes.
It was warranted towards Henry.
No, Henry was terrible. Henry.
Yeah. First time I've really seen him be ugly on the show.
Yeah. I mean
him. Obviously, when he started pursuing her, not a great look.
No, but
he's always been very good to her,
right?
The family, the kids,
Yeah, but this was. I mean, he was worried about his political career. She said some things that could cause a political problem for him. But I feel like it was
the aftermath, the fight afterwards.
Right. I just mean I feel like, because he said I'm going to have a challenger next time possibly. But I feel like the simple fact that he clarified his position at the same time really deflated all the dumb things. For him, dumb things Betty said. I don't think he said anything dumb.
Sure.
I don't agree with her, but everyone's got their opinions on everything.
Of course, But yeah, so that's going to be interesting going forward too. I mean, I'm glad that it's a longer season so we can cover more of that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, the Ginsburg thing though is really a huge standout in this episode for me because we've seen him, like I said earlier, he's very neurotic. He's always funny. Never considered the fact that maybe he's just insane.
Yeah,
full blown.
His eccentricities. Yeah, it's all cute until like
you're mutilating yourself.
The quirky little things about you are actually dysfunction, and that's what we kind of got to see here, which is tragic because he has absolutely been one of my favorite characters on the show. I love him and Stan together.
Yeah, it was really sad when Stan's like, "I'm going to go down to the hospital." That's his friend. They're friends.
Oh yeah.
What did he say? It was a couple episodes ago. He's like, "I love you. You're a motherhead."
Yeah. And I like the fact that Lou Avery is still the worst.
Yeah, it sucks. And I do want to shout out that 2001 homage because that was
pretty
so
cool.
Good.
Yeah, the Ginsburg is the breaking Hal.
Yeah, it's all over
malfunctioning,
all over computer.
Yeah,
it's just a really smart way to pay homage. It's really
it was good.
And of course, Cutler and Lou. Why is Cutler so vindictive? It's like a company, like they should be working together, obviously, but they all have their own agendas and they want to like be petty towards one another. It's like
I feel, when you go back to when they made the company, remember it was Cutler who was like our people and their people, and it's in balance. Yeah. So I feel like from the beginning, it's been Cutler wanting to be at war. Sure. With the Sterling Cooper people that were there before him.
And now that Ted is kind of out of the picture, it's like he can just have free reign to just wreak havoc. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and without, I think he probably feels more insecure without Ted there. He does
everybody
Ted.
In check.
Yeah, Ted was like the pillar from his old firm, and now that Ted's out of the picture. I mean, he tried to get Ted back, right? We need you to come home. Ted's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a balance question for him.
Sure.
With Ted gone, he can't have Don there too. Now all of a sudden he feels like he's outnumbered, and so he's being kind of a child.
It sucks because I really like Ted. I think we both really love Ted. You know,
I do too. But Ted just doesn't want to do the job.
No, exactly, and that's why it's rough too. Because season 6, I think the whole time we were just like, I literally just threw up an episode of Mad Men today, and that episode is a very strong Ted episode, and we're just singing his praises, man. Like Ted is the real MVP.
Ted
keeps that office together, and now it's just chaos. Like,
there was a time and a good run on the show where Ted and Don held the same role, and Ted was all of the positive things Don wasn't.
Yeah,
right.
It was yin and yang. It really was.
And being that positive guy seemed to kind of break Ted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like Don, for as awful as he is in the office, Lou can't measure up to him, so the work's not as good.
Yeah.
Ted, couldn't measure up to him, so he had a complete breakdown and ran away to the other coast. It's like, yeah, Don's kind of a dinosaur, and he's kind of a monster at the office sometimes to the workers, but he seemed to be a lot better at just getting the job done than either Ted or definitely Lou.
Also, like, I think if you want to go deeper than that too, it's like, look at this place, Sterling Cooper.
It's a toxic place.
It changes people.
Yeah.
It brings out the worst qualities in everyone that works there. Look how different Peggy is now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Don's stayed the same, but he's like, he can walk among it. You know what I mean? And Roger's Roger, obviously. But
it's the people that rise in the place that it's very corruptive.
Ted was there for a year, maybe.
Right.
Maybe if that. I don't even think it was a full year. I mean, he just broke him. He's like, I have to get away from this.
It didn't take Lane long to start embezzling money.
Perfect example.
It is
broke Duck.
It broke
Duck. You know what I mean?
Duck crawled back into a bottle.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Ghost of Christmas Future for Dawn there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, it's a toxic place. The only people that seem to really survive it are the ones that don't care about it that much. Yeah. Like you look at Stan.
Yeah, he's pretty.
And the underlings, they're just like, whatever. I'm here to do my job and get a paycheck.
Sure.
I think Stan's complete willingness to mock Lou to his face is
awesome.
Really cool.
You
what? You know who else had a stupid dream? You.
That's a great moment. I once again, we have to shout out the comedy on the show because this is as funny as anything on TV. Same with The Sopranos. I know Matthew Weiner wrote for The Sopranos as well, and I like it when you have a drama where it gives you a moment to laugh.
I mean, right. It's one of the reasons I didn't like Ozark while we were watching it is because there was a little humor. It's not. It doesn't have to go all the way to humor, but you're right.
Yeah.
There's just there's no relief at any point.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care if you guys are sitting down to have a TV dinner. There's horrible tension the whole time.
Yeah. Yep. They literally do that in that show,
Right.
Whereas in this show, you can have somebody mutilate themselves, and also we laughed our heads off at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Feel bad for Ginsburg.
I don't know if we'll see him again. Maybe, okay, look, if we can get one more scene with him in the hospital or whatever, maybe that'd be cool. If it fits the show, great. If it doesn't, he had a great run.
That felt like a writing him off, didn't it? Yeah, like leaving on a stretcher, that felt like kind of a write-off.
Shout out to that actor whose name I don't know, but at the same time, he's been in a ton of stuff. We watched Superstore very briefly for a minute.
Yeah, great. Watch that. Yeah.
I need to watch As Above, So Below. I think he's in that movie.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, it's a horror movie that he did. I think it came out 10-ish years ago. But anyways, I love that actor, and I'm going to miss him on the show.
I am too. We'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.